Welcome to Rauta's Underground Trio. Once again, we have three different releases from the underground, less known acts and all. 2 CDs, 1 tape. The tape is from 2024 and the CDs are a little bit older, coming from my big pile of older releases. So here we go. First in alphabetical order and then I'll explain them in worst to best according to my own opinion. First we have something from Spain called Graveyard of Souls. This is Infinity Equal Zero, and this is Doom Death Metal. Then we have one-man project Shamael, Melancholie der Engel. If I remember correctly, this was from Italy. Either Doom Death will go, or can even call it Funeral Doom. It's a little bit hard to figure out which one you will go. Then some underground tape from Italy, and this is 4-way split, meaning these bands are Vrim, Ticinum, and Strja. So yeah, I had to actually read that on my Word file, not Word file, but text file, in order to get the names somewhat right. So let's shuffle a bit, and worst to best. Let's begin. First, I will pick up this tape. And it's not like this is bad, but it's a bunch of mediocrity in a way on one tape. The thing here is, these guys have done something interesting. This is worth mentioning, really, because, well, it's relevant and interesting. 4 bands playing black metal, somewhat different styles, obviously, but what makes them more interesting is that all these 4 bands are from different parts of Italy, and they all sing in their respective local languages, which is not your typical modern-day Italy. So they are already coming from different areas, and as such, they are kind of letting that sound. Now, for an English-speaking person coming from the United States, it probably would be, what the hell are you talking about? Or about Americans here. Now, in American comparison, it would be something like, think about one person coming from certain reservation of, the native people of United States, way before it was United States of America. Then triple, or make it 4 times, quadruple, and you get the idea. So 3 different language and cultural settings are represented here on the tape. So very simple J card. All bands have a couple of tracks here, and as such, this is for a full album. All bands also have one small photo with the logo, respectively, and that's pretty much of it. As you can see, pretty low budget thing, but kind of eyesight, really. I mean, nice green tape, so it's not your cheapest version available, but it's still very simple, back to the roots kind of a tape release with no lyrics, no other stuff really, no liner notes whatsoever. Then again, of course, there's a little bit limited in terms of space for text and all. So very simple tape, and what can we tell about this is that none of these bands are exactly very extreme. We're talking about black metal, obviously, but I mean, in terms of black metal, these are the kind of easy to approach, the kind of entry-level black metal. First of all, they're not extreme in terms of rawness or being avant-garde-ish or, fast, being speedy and all, technicality and all. You would probably go a little bit more typical pagan black metal, flirting almost with the kind of a folk stuff black metal, but then again, not really being folky. It's more just like the kind of a pagan black metal with various takes, relatively different, coming from very different parts of Italy and all. Now, unless you're really, really paying attention, you probably won't pay that, notice even the differences with the given language and all. So it's more about, I think, from the bands for them, the for us, by us kind of a thing. And if you're a fan of Italian black metal or any given bands, then this might be your cup of tea. For me, it was pretty much 3 previously unknown bands, except for Ticinum, which I got previously for review, maybe a year ago. But the other bands are like, I don't even know them. I have really nothing to, compare them to. So I'm like, okay, this is a newcomer version trip. And as such, I feel like this is very much like demo material put into one tape. With a nice 4-way split material. So unless you're a big fan, I don't know. But these are all on the Bandcamp site, so give it a go if you're looking forward to that. The middle of the pile comes Shamael, which is, if I remember correctly, 4 songs and exactly 40 minutes. One-man project doing Funeral Doom or Doom Death. This is very much depending how you want to figure out which one it is. Kind of a heavy in emotional ways, strong atmosphere and all that stuff, but also very, very simplistic when it comes to creating riffs and all that stuff, even if there are some synths to create the atmosphere, making more dramatic. Think it as like bedroom black metal equivalent, but now in terms of Funeral Doom. In my opinion, in terms of Funeral Doom, it's kind of it's missing the tragicness, the heaviness, the feel of death present there. It's almost like it's just gonna play black metal with slow tempo and make the 4-minute tracks 10-minute tracks. To be honest, there's so much repetition without the killer parts. Obviously, this is a very, very typical in the given genre. I mean, you're supposed to do heavy tracks and lengthy tracks and slow tempo ones. As such, nothing wrong with that, but I'm still wondering, how come on so many doom death metal or funeral doom bands have to really overextend their stay? It's one thing to play slow and another thing to really make 10-minute tracks, if you know what I mean. Meaning that sometimes you could still keep it slow, but keep it, under 5-minute marks. The point here is there's not too much happening. So unless you're really a big fan of the given genre, you're going to probably find this tad bit boring. Like you're more like background stuff where this kind of a false automatic. Like captivate me, take me on the trip, hook me in. And I think that is happening. So for me, it's much like a Doom Death version of a lot of those atmospheric black metal bands with 2 lengthy tracks, not that much captivating parts, nothing interesting in terms of production and also kind of a mediocrity to me. But maybe for fans of Doom Death, Funeral Doom, so forth, maybe it's gonna do the trick. So the best of the pile comes from Spain. And while this is also Doom Death, these guys know how to add layers and layers, making it more interesting. There are also some great killer leads which already set this apart from a lot of those more boring bands. So there's more variation. So surely you have the death metal part, which are the heaviness and the death metal-like thing. So you're not obviously gonna compare it to say Trad Doom or Epic Doom. There is not this heavy metal moment going on. So definitely Death Doom. But like I said, all those guitar leads or melodic parts and such are gonna separate these from the ones that are more repetitive and just, going for the heaviness and lengthy songs. This has actually diversity, kind of ups and downs. It could have a little bit more than that. So no, this is not challenging, the bands like Old My Dying Bride and the like, which are the kind of something that you're gonna compare a lot of Doom Death bands. Like, if you're gonna pass them, you're probably really good. If you can get close to them, you're still gonna be quite good. But if you're not gonna reach to their heights, you probably need more practice. Anyway, this one has some nice pointers and some nice ideas. So definitely, in my opinion, the best of the pile this time. So for fanatics of Doom Death, especially if you like a little bit more in the mix than just heaviness and slowness, check this one out. All these bands have links in the description box, so check the ones out you are interested in. Off you go, see you soon with more reviews coming your way.